Hello, and welcome to Ancient History Uncoded, where myths hide secrets and the past is never silent. In the grand tapestry of Norse mythology, few stories are as thrilling and tragic as the tale of Fenrir, the monstrous wolf destined to bring about the twilight of the gods. Today, we journey back to Asgard to uncover the story of his binding, a desperate act by the gods to change destiny itself. It all began with a prophecy, a dark whisper that echoed through the halls of Asgard. Loki, the trickster god, had 3 terrifying children with the giantess Angrboda, Jormungandr, the world serpent, Hel, the ruler of the dead, and Fenrir, the wolf. The gods, led by Odin, learned that these children would play a pivotal role in Ragnarok, the end of their world. Fearful of this foretold doom, they decided to act. Jormungandr was cast into the great ocean that encircles Midgard, the world of humans. He grew so immense that he could bite his own tail. Hel was banished to the cold, dark realm of Niflheim, where she would preside over those who died of sickness or old age. But Fenrir was different. At first, he was just a pup. The gods, perhaps out of a mix of pity and arrogance, decided to raise him in Asgard. Only one god was brave enough to approach the growing wolf and feed him, Tyr, the god of war and justice. Every day, Tyr would bring meat to Fenrir, and every day the wolf grew larger, stronger, and more ferocious. The other gods watched from a distance, their initial confidence turning to sheer terror. The prophecy loomed over them like a storm cloud. They saw the glint in Fenrir's eyes, a wildness that could not be tamed, and they knew they had to restrain him. So the gods devised a plan. They approached Fenrir with a challenge, framing it as a game to test his incredible strength. They presented him with a great chain called Vikingi. "Let's see if you can break this fetter, mighty Fenrir," they said, their voices feigning amusement. Fenrir, confident in his power, agreed. He let them bind him, and with a single mighty flex of his muscles, the chain shattered into pieces. The gods exchanged nervous glances, but they couldn't give up. They went back to their forge and created a second chain, much stronger than the first, and named it Drani. Surely, they thought, this will hold him. They returned to Fenrir, praising his strength and daring him to try again. "Your fame will be legendary if you can break a bond as strong as Drami," they tempted. Fenrir eyed the new chain. It was indeed formidable, but he had also grown stronger. He sensed their fear, but allowed himself to be bound once more. He strained, his muscles bulging, the ground trembling beneath him. With a tremendous roar, Drami too snapped apart. Now, true panic set in among the Aesir. Their strongest creations were like thread to the wolf. If they couldn't bind him now, what would happen when he reached his full prophesied might? Odin, the Allfather, knew that mortal craftsmanship was not enough. He sent a messenger, Skirnir, down to Svartalfheim, the realm of the dwarves, the most skilled craftspeople in all the 9 realms. The dwarves were tasked with creating a chain that could not be broken. They set to work, but not with iron or steel. They forged this new fetter, named Gleipnir, from 6 impossible things: the sound of a cat's footfall, the beard of a woman, the roots of a mountain, the sinews of a bear, the breath of a fish, and the spittle of a bird. The result was a binding that looked like a smooth, silken ribbon, deceptively light and soft to the touch. But within its delicate form lay an unbreakable, magical power. Armed with Gleipnir, the gods went to find Fenrir once more. this time on the isolated island of Lyngvi. They showed him the silken ribbon. "We have one final test for you, Fenrir," they said, trying to keep their voices steady. "If you can break this slender band, we will admit you are the strongest being in existence and let you go free." But Fenrir was no fool. He had grown not just in size, but in cunning. He looked at the soft ribbon and then at the anxious faces of the gods. "This ribbon looks so weak," he growled. "There is no glory for me in breaking it. But if it is made with trickery and magic, then I will not have it on my limbs. I suspect a trap." The gods insisted it was just a game, but Fenrir refused. He could smell their deceit. Finally, he made them a counter-offer. "I will only allow you to bind me with this ribbon if one of you is willing to place your hand in my mouth as a pledge of good faith. If you trick me, you will lose your hand." A heavy silence fell over the gods. They looked at each other, none willing to make such a sacrifice. Who would dare place their hand between the jaws that could shatter iron? Then one god stepped forward. It was Tyr, the only one who had ever shown Fenrir any real kindness. Without hesitation, he placed his right hand into the wolf's massive maw. His face was grim, but his resolve was absolute. He was the god of justice, and this, in a strange way, was a just price for their deception. The other gods quickly wrapped Gleipnir around Fenrir's legs. The wolf struggled, but the silken ribbon held firm. He thrashed and roared, pulling with all his might, but the more he fought, the tighter the magical fetter became. Realization dawned in his eyes. He had been tricked. In a flash of fury and betrayal, he snapped his jaws shut, severing Tyr's hand at the wrist. From that day on, Tyr was known as the one-handed god. He bore his loss with quiet dignity, a constant, living reminder of the price of security and the cost of broken trust. The gods, though victorious, took no joy in their triumph. They had chained the wolf, but they had also sealed their own fate. They took one end of Gleipnir and passed it through a great stone slab, anchoring it deep within the earth. To keep Fenrir's jaws from causing more harm, they wedged a sword into his mouth, its hilt on his lower jaw, and its point against his upper jaw. And there, on the island of Lyngvi, Fenrir remains bound. He howls in rage and pain, a river of foam flowing from his open jaws. He waits, dreaming of his revenge. For the prophecy also foretells that at the dawn of Ragnarok, all chains will break. Fenrir will be free, and he will run across the world with his jaws wide open, one touching the earth and the other the sky, devouring everything in his path. In the final battle, he will face Odin, the Allfather, and he will swallow him whole, fulfilling his destiny and bringing the age of the gods to a violent, fiery end. The story of Fenrir's binding is more than just a myth about a monster. It's a profound tragedy about fear, betrayal, and the inescapable nature of destiny. It questions whether it's right to punish someone for a crime they have yet to commit. The gods, in their attempt to prevent Ragnarök, may have been the very ones who made it inevitable. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into Norse mythology. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tales from ancient worlds. See you next time.